Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn here. I am the average gaming dad, and we're back actually in pretty short time span. Back on Colorado Rockies franchise rebuild. Yeah, just happened to be we had some time. We're back. Normally, these videos come out once every like 5 days or so. We're back, and I think just a day or two. Let me just get this pulled up on my phone to make sure that we are both live and I can, monitor the chat and all that good stuff. All right, we are live. I can hear my voice. Those are all good signs if you're trying to post on YouTube. And I think the question for us here in month 2 of season 2 is, can our pitching keep us in it? Which is kind of surprising, right? Like if you look, our contact ratings are still in the top 10. Our power ranking, like our power rating, went up from like almost league worst last year up to 19th, and our pitching went up a little bit, but we're still 23rd. However, if you go to our rotation, look at our stats, we have Cy Young levels of playing so far. Now, the records are not good, 3-2 for both our 1-2 starting pitchers in our rotation, but because the bats aren't there, we're just not scoring runs. But if you look, a 2.53 ERA, a 1.23 ERA, and these are around 45 innings pitched. So it's not like it's a super small sample size. Even our third, fourth, and fifth aren't bad. A 3.38 ERA from Casey Mize, Jermaine Marquez improving over last year with a 3.68, and our fifth pitcher in the rotation has a just over like a 4.3 ERA, which is not great. Not trying to put that out there, but for your fifth starter, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then if we go to our lineup, however, last year we had multiple players hitting at or around 300. This year, Jonathan Daza, right? He finished the year batting 308 with a 344 on base percentage, now down to a 218 average and a 250 on base. Huge decline, especially after giving him an extension. That's really frustrating. Elias Diaz is struggling as well, just barely hitting 218. Even Adam Duvall, who we went out, he's doing well enough, close to 300, 4 home runs. Chris Bryant is okay, but then Nolan Jones, our highest rated player on the team, hitting below 200 in 96 at bats with only 3 home runs. Inexplicable given his ratings. So something has to happen. Our bats have to come alive, or we're toast, or we are absolutely toast. We don't have anyone to turn to on the bench, except for, I guess, Michael Toglia, who seems to be having a great year. We might have to move him, and maybe Nolan Jones. If we get through, say, half of this month or the end of this month, and Nolan Jones is still hitting around 200, we may have to look to deal him. I know we just re-signed him to a 4-year deal, but he's regressing. He played well last year. Looked like he was coming up, but this year not so much. So I don't know. We will see. But that's where we're at. So let's look at the month of May and see what games we want to play. As always, we will do one inter-division and one out-of-division game. So we have the Padres and LA are our inter-division opponents. I think we're going to go back-to-back series here. And I think we do need to face off against the big bad LA Dodgers, who are dominating the division as usual. And then I think it'd be fun to go out and maybe play KC. I don't know. They're not looking too good. I would like to take on some better competition. Maybe we look at taking on the Phillies at home. We do a Dodgers game away and then a Phillies game at home. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like we haven't played Philly much at all. So let's do that. And let's see. So how do we do? Yeah, not the greatest month of April. We're around 500. We're second in the division. So let's see. So we have Casey Mize, Jermaine Marquez, and Peter Lambert. I don't think we've pitched yet with Jermaine. So let's do that. Let's go ahead. Send this first game. We lose 5-7, and we'll hop in here. Jermaine Marquez will be facing off against Walker Buehler at Dodger Stadium. And let's see, no one needs to sit, which is nice, but it's just so tough seeing everyone so cold. Let's see if we can get them on the right track, facing off against a pretty good pitcher. Let's see what happens.
Leading off the afternoon for Colorado.
So Walker Buehler, he's got a four-seamer, a cutter, a slider, a knuckle curve, and a changeup. Looks like there's quite a bit of wind today. Moving left to right, judging by the flags. 8 miles an hour blowing into us. That might actually help us. We're not exactly a power hitting team, but keeping the Dodgers from hitting home runs would be nice. Start off with a 2-1 count. Close one there. Good eye from Jonathan Daza. 3-1 count. Should be a challenge pitch here. It is not. Buehler misses. We start off with a walk.
Colorado. The catcher, number 35, Elias Diaz.
Great curveball there. Just catches the bottom of the zone. That's not what we're looking to attack. We're looking to maybe find one of those cutters or a fastball. Like that. Just a little bit late on it. Fastball right down the middle. Just a little bit late on that one. And now 0-2 count. Uh-oh. Dodds is going to second on the errant throw. And the throw to second is not in time and not in line. So that gets our runner into scoring position. We've worked ourselves into an even count at 2-2. And Elias Diaz lines out. Great heads-up play at second.
The center fielder.
Unfortunate. A knuckle curve, pretty much dead center. Had a good rip at it, just couldn't find the grass. And now we got our free agent signing, the aging Adam Duvall. We're looking for him to have, maybe his golden years are some of his best. With 2 challenge fastballs. Dawes is going for third. I think he's out.
He's out.
Yep. Not a bad jump, but it was just fielded too quickly. Didn't really have a chance. This one, without 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing against us, maybe that's a home run. But with the wind, it kind of gets up there and just dies. So, looked like a pretty promising inning. Got a walk, got a wild pitch, which advanced the runner.
Leading up for the
Then he gets on third.
The first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
And then fly out. Oh, tough start to the day for Jermaine Marquez. First pitch solo home run against 8-mile-an-hour winds. That's not not what you're hoping for to start.
1 ball, no strike.
But when facing the all-powerful Dodgers, you got to expect you're probably going to give up at least one home run in there. So maybe we just got it out of our system early. That is the hope. Kevin Kiermaier lines out to center. And you got to wonder, I think one of the other fun reasons to do a Colorado Rockies rebuild is having to compete year in and year out against the LA Dodgers. Colorado's not exactly like a small market team.
Nope, that's inside.
But we definitely don't have LA money.
No, that's a ball.
All right. Might be looking at a walk here.
Strike. Whoa.
Can't give Max Muncy just a cookie down the middle. All right. So start off by giving up a one-pitch solo home run, but nothing after that, which I guess is good. I need the bats to come alive. Starting off with Chris Bryant, leading off the second. It looks like it's going to be a fly out. Just a little bit late on that one. And Nolan Jones, our supposed to be star player, who is really struggling at the plate through the first month. Batting right at 200. And that was called a ball, apparently.
1 and 2.
Hard inside fastball. How are we late on that? That is crazy. I mean, shouldn't have been swinging at that anyway, but now in an 0-2 count, Buehler really attacking.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Not exactly filling up the strike zone, but not the best at-bats.
2 and 2.
Work the count even here, so we do have a chance to do some damage. We get up on the slider. That's tough. That's tough. Not our best at-bats there.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the center fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Oh, God. Sinker that doesn't sink. Luckily, Duvall is under that. We do have 8-mile-an-hour winds coming in. So pulling down the third base line, it's going to actually be really hard to hit a home run there. And pretty quick second inning here for Jermaine Marquez. Already at his third batter. And this is looking like it should be a quick 1-2-3 inning. Hopefully get a little bit of that confidence back after giving up the solo shot on the first pitch to the Dodgers today. Almost get him there on the slider. He's early on the slider. We'll go change up away. Little dribbler to short. Tofar is there. Much better result than the first inning, but now we got to get our bats up. Got to get our swings timed up well. Timed up a lot better. Also quit swinging stuff outside the zone. Brendan Rodgers, 15 RBIs on the season. And see, Buehler's been missing. Just last inning, we were swinging at everything. A little bit more composed, a little bit more patient this round. And we look at a 3-0 count. I think we put the stop sign up for Rodgers. No swing. That would have been a good one to swing at. But looking for men on base. Okay. So we take looking for a walk. And we're going to fly out. Lesson learned. Probably should have just taken a rip at the earlier strikes, but
1 ball, no strike.
getting on base by making contact with the baseball has not been our strong suit. Even, I think that one's going to be pretty good timing. Just a little late. Very early, really. Okay. Oh, man. Walker Buehler's proven to be pretty tough for the squad.
Nope, ball 1.
We just have to hope that our pitching and defense can match that until our bats can come alive.
Strike. 1 and 2.
Love a strikeout.
Hey!
There we go. We get one looking. Jermaine Marquez, that may be his first strikeout of the day. We need to build up his confidence. We need to get these pitches
Strike 1.
on point. Get through these batters quickly. But so far, so good. And back-to-back strikeouts for Marquez.
Now batting, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
And then back to Freddie Freeman, who hit that solo shot to lead off the first.
Ball 1.
Okay. 1 and 2. Ooh, good take, good take.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
See if we can get a fastball in on the hands. Fights that one off. And we get him with the changeup, so we strike out this side. Great inning from Marquez. It's a way to get back into it, asserting your dominance on the mound. Now let's see if our bats can do something. We don't even have a hit yet. A little bit early. Okay. That one is not going to get through. Daza goes down. Good timing. We're just not putting the barrel of the bat to the baseball. That one might land, though. Out in the gap in center left field. Elias Diaz is on. Thank goodness. So we finally get a hit. We got one out. Chance to do some damage. And a good guy at the plate to do it. Buehler's pitching a heck of a game. I'll have to give it to him that. That was late. Yep. All right, now it's up to Chris Bryant. I don't know why we're so late on these fastballs. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, God. We get a cutter right down the middle, and now we're very early on 93, but we're late on the 95 fastball. Make that one make sense. Holy, that slider. That thing has some massive break. Thank God we made contact. Still in it. Had some good rips. That's going to be another fly out. So we're very early on the cutter and then late on it the next. Just really having a tough time timing these up. But at least we're out of the no-hit bid.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the left fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
The Marquez has looked pretty good. Although giving up a leadoff single here. Curve did not get low enough. Yeah, pretty much middle of the plate. Let's see if we can get a low sinker. Get Mookie to roll over on it. Maybe we get ourselves a double play. Oh my God, Marquez, please get there. Knocks it down, but unable to field it.
Number 13, Matt Muncy.
Could have been a double play ball instead. No outs and 2 on.
One ball, 2 strike.
Really need to dot one up here.
That's the ball.
Need a double play or a strikeout. Oh my gosh. Fouling off absolutely everything. Let's see if we can sink a curveball here. There we go. Fastball in on the hands. Gets a swing and miss.
Center fielder, number 25, Cody.
Now we just really, oh God. I saw that going right down the middle. Okay. Gotta sink your sinker, buddy. Sinker's gotta stay low. Duvall on the run. He actually makes the catch. Holy. They send Mookie. The throw on the plate is well in time. That's not even Mookie. That's Kiermaier. So we get the long double play. Oh, that sinker is going to give me a heart attack if we keep missing over the heart of the plate like that. All right. Back up to bat here. Okay. Ump is a little all over the place. We're getting some strikes for balls, some balls for strikes. But when we get something down the middle, we can't miss, and we've been missing. That's pretty much been our issue today. Good rip there, but into the wind, gets caught up. Just not enough power. That one shot right back up the middle, fielded cleanly. That's a quick 2 outs. Good timing. We just not elevating it. I'm okay with these at bats. They've been good. I mean, we give that one a nice ride too, but it's just not going to fall. Couple warning track power shots and a line out, but at least we timed them up. We weren't swinging out of the zone. Those are some decent at bats. You just kind of have to believe that if you just keep doing that inning after inning, eventually you're going to find some success. Can Marquez field this one? He does. Okay. Good defense there, especially after last inning whenever he was unable to field one cleanly. And I don't want to say was like the direct result of the runners, but we ended up getting out of it, but good to see him flash the leather and get some defensive plays. Pitching pretty well here. Getting through those first two batters expeditiously. Now we'll go back to that hard inside fastball. Gets another swing and a miss. That is now his, I think, 5th strikeout in 5 innings. So outside of, a couple shots here and there, honestly been pitching really good against a really, really talented ball club. First time I think we've seen the circle change, and we were very fooled. Again with the slider. Buehler is pitching a heck of a game. Already at 63 pitches, though. Losing a little bit of gas. Fastball down the middle. We just cannot barrel these. Just late. I mean, those are some misses. Those are right down the middle. Timing him up pretty well, but just nothing's landing in grass.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Not much you can do there.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nope. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
See if we can get him on the slide piece, spin it to win it. We missed by a lot. First walk of the day by Marquez. And then a single for Freddie Freeman. 2 on, no outs. Find ourselves again in a troubling situation. Really need a double play ball here. Or a strikeout. There's the strikeout. Now Mookie, little dribbler. See if Marquez can get to it. He does. 1 second.
The third baseman, number 13, Matt Muncy.
Dog barking in the window. All right, 2 outs, 2 on. High leverage situation here for Marquez. He is, that's not even close. We gotta locate. There we go. Not exactly a control artist. We We got a little lucky there. Whew. Back-to-back strikeouts gets us out of it. Or not back-to-back, but 2 strikeouts that inning. He's actually racking those up at a pretty good pace. But so far, 1 man on base. Our offense has been just not good. Nothing's landing. I know Walker Buehler, what is he, 87 overall? Like, you got to think eventually we're going to find something. I think some of our best hit balls have all been fouls today. But we're hanging in there. We're making Buehler work for it. Pretty good rip there. Still not going to find grass. Sorry about that. He's not supposed to bark on the window, especially because he doesn't bark at any actual threats. Anyway, back in the game. We're getting wood on a lot of these hits. It's just fly out after fly out after fly out. For the most part. Only 1 hit, but still a really close game. 1 swing of the bat can change it. Okay. Worked it even. Really close one there. Good eye. Now full count. And we're late.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us.
All right, Marquez is getting a little worn out. We're into the 7th. Let's get a lefty and a righty working. Should it become needed. Two really good fastballs inside, and the slider low.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, get there, please. The throw. The jump throw is not in time. It's given us the option to challenge it, so we will. He was safe. I didn't think it was that close, but if it's going to give us the option to challenge, might as well. It's not like the NFL, right, where we have to worry about timeouts and all that. Let's go to a hard inside fastball. It's what's been working. Oh my God, what is this? Wow. Really lucky there. Bellinger got caught in between bases. Didn't know what to do. One out with two on. Familiar spot for Marquez. Been here a few times, but he is really starting to miss. That pitch is nowhere close.
That's out the corner.
Runner!
Please give me a ground ball. How do you even elevate a sinker in that spot? Like, how do you pop that up? Let's try and spin it to him with a slider. It's maybe our double play. Tovar, Jones. And we bring it up two. Defense and pitching has kept us in this one. Who do we put in next? None of the options are good, but it looks like going with the righty is our best option. Tyler Kinley's going to come in. Still facing Buehler, 78 pitches here in the 8th. Good Lord. Those cutters are cutting. And then I'm assuming that we're just super early on that. Yep. When you have vision that's like in the 30s, I think that affects how close your timing is, or like the window of what good timing is. And I can feel that on some of these batters that have really low visions. God, we just cannot barrel a baseball to save our lives, can we? Just a little bit early.
One ball, no strike.
My God, we hit a baseball! And it's fair! And we have a man on base! Brendan Rodgers finally gets on. Let's see if we can get a 2-out rally going.
Castro.
Finally, a good timing hit that lands on grass. And we have hope.
1-0.
Let's see what Harold Castro can do. He's been one of our bright spots. I mean, that's a rip. And it's just not going anywhere. All right. It's on to the bullpen to try and keep us in this one.
Now pitching for Colorado, number 40, Tyler Kinley.
Nice. Oh, come on, brother. I know you want to swing at that. Get him there. Okay. Please miss it. Just please miss a baseball. Just fouling off everything. Finally. All right, so Vargas gets out number 1. Or sorry, Kinley gets out number 1 on Vargas. Now back up to the top of the lineup. I don't know why his confidence is so low.
No, that's a ball.
But it's already affecting his stamina. But there's out number 2 on Freddie Freeman. And this could be a quick 1-2-3 inning. Just got to get through Kevin Kiermaier. And we do. All right. Here we go. Our last chance to win this one. We're going to see Buehler again. He's at 90 pitches. Has no energy. They're going to trot him out for the complete game. And I imagine they're going to pull him now. Tovar gets on with a single. Yep, there we go.
Your attention, please.
So Evan Phillips.
Now pitching for the Dodgers. Number 15,
Slider, cutter, four-seam sinker. Okay. I mean, there's literally nothing you can do with that pitch. Cut it right down the middle. We're just late on it. All right, slider down the middle. We're getting some very hittable pitches, though. That's very early. Are you kidding? The cutter slider combo is just brutal. But we got a even count, and there's a double play. What can I say? Strictly timing based hitting is not it. This is not to show how good I am. I'll put it that way. If it's PCI hitting, we usually do I think I maybe lost 1 or 2 games, like an entire season. But I want to make it realistic. I want to be based off the ratings. And it is only, 2 hits the entire day? Didn't mean to, there we go. So Walker Buehler gets player of the day and the win, of course. Only allowed 3 hits. 7 strikeouts. That's pretty high for us. Great day pitching for Marquez. He gave up a solo shot in the first inning on the first pitch, and then and then scoreless after that. I mean, against the Dodgers, that's pretty good, but our bats have got to be better than that. Plenty of decently timed hits. Nothing was barreled. Nothing could find grass. Yeah, that was really tough. All right, let's go to our scouting. Now, Tino Lopez. Outfield is not necessarily a position of need for us, but he looks pretty darn good. We are picking, I think, at number 10. And so he very well could fall to us. Let's see what other prospects we have out there. Still would really like to grab a catcher. Let's take a look at Hector Delgado. And let's see. How we look at recently scouted. Relief pitchers. Around 50, 30, 70%. Okay. All right, so now we got Mississippi, Iowa, Missouri. These are all central. All right, so let's edit this. We're going to go relief pitcher, central region. Spend a few weeks on here, and then probably go over and start doing some starting pitching as well. We don't really necessarily need to, but you never know. You might find a sneaky pick in there. Thank you for the comment, Adam. And now let's get to our next game. So we played our one interdivision game, a very close 0-1 loss to the Dodgers. And now let's go down here, and I wanted to play, I think, against the Phillies. So let's get to that game. And holy win streak. Start off with 4 games in a row. We end up taking one from the Dodgers finally. Then we sweep Cincinnati. And now we've taken 1 of 2 out of the first 2 games of this Dodger series at home in Colorado. Still in second place. We're 4 games above the Padres and the Diamondbacks for second. So we're starting to kind of find our home, but we're still 8 games back, obviously, of the Dodgers. Back to scouting. Hector Delgado does not look good. He fell quite a bit. So let's look elsewhere. The reason I'm not going to scout, I mean, I guess I could scout Pat McDaniel, right? But the problem is when the potential and the overall are that close, what's the most likely to happen is that he's either going to be like a C potential at like 60 something overall, or at best a B potential and like a 70 overall, which is not bad, but that's like the least likely. We do really need a catcher though. We do really need a catcher. So we have a couple first base prospects that look really good. Honestly, we might just keep looking at first base. I just really want to make sure that I would love to find a position player with our first pick, and when you do that, you can't miss. I mean, you can, but Edmund Grady, maybe. Big power bat. Chris Henderson. Why do they think you're going to be a number 8 pick? Because of the defense, I guess. I mean, we'll take a look. Maybe those batting numbers actually come up. You never know. All right. Let's get another week in the books. Zach Eflin has a pulled muscle. Okay, so he's just out for a few days, so he shouldn't miss a start. Jake Bird, strained finger. Keep him active. Eflin's back, Bird's back. Okay. So we kind of go 50-50 here. We actually end up taking the series versus the Dodgers, which is nice. We take 1 of 3 against Kansas City and then 2 of 3 against Pittsburgh. So we're 5 games above 500. Okay. Not a bad place to be. Let's do our scouting for the week. Chris Henderson actually doesn't look that bad. Speed, defense, a decent bat. We have him at 15th. Let's see. We got Jose Castro. We'll take a look at him out and right. And then closing in on this Philly series where we'll play our next game, Jonathan Daza. has a pulled groin. He's just out for a couple days. We'll keep him active. All right. So this week, a little bit tougher. We still won the series against Pittsburgh. We won the series against Washington. And then we lost our first two to the Yankees. So, okay. Uh-oh. Jose Castro might actually be the guy. After 1 week, he did not really dip that much. Still super high contact, power, vision discipline. I'm actually going to give him a second week of looks because he looks like he could be a really, really good talent. Because the game tends to overemphasize defensive ratings. So when you actually find someone that has a really good bat, like you gotta invest in them. Okay. And then for our recently scouted pitchers, we're around 50% on a lot of these guys. So let's go to all. And we only have one region left, which is the West. But looking here, it doesn't look like there's many pitchers from that region that are even close to a top, in the top 100. So we will forego that, and we're going to switch over to starting pitching. And let's go starting pitching. We're going to go international. Edit this to go. Or do we start looking for a positional player? I think we do that. Let's do that. So we're going to try what position is really weak. So I'm looking at position by position and the first player and their draft rank. So catcher, the best ranked player that they have is 42nd in the draft, 8th, 39th, 48th. So catcher seems to be the weakest point in this draft. So we're going to edit and we're going to try and find a catcher somewhere, hopefully. We'll start internationally. Because right now, like Elias Diaz is aging. He's also not performing well right now. And then the depth behind him is not good. Not good at all. He was also injured like half of last season, so not exactly reliable. But there's a number of good first basemen that we can look at. All right. Let's get to this Philly series. Jonathan Daza, another pulled groin. So he's out for a couple days. So now we got Lambert, Eflin, and Montgomery. We've already pitched with Eflin and Montgomery, who both have ERAs at 2 or below. Please tell me that they are in the running for this Cy Young right now. So despite having 2 or lower ERAs, just because of their records, they're not in the running for the Cy Young, although they are pitching outstanding, pitching better than any of the Cy Young candidates present right now. But let's hop in here against the Phillies. We're playing at home this time. Got Lambert on the mound. I would like to see if somehow, some way we can get some bats going. Elias Diaz. God, he is just ice cold, man. Wait, why is Harrison Bader leading off? Oh, because nope, we're not facing a lefty. I think the computer changed our lineups. This is not what I want. All right, so, oh, right, because Jonathan Daza is injured. Okay, that makes sense. We just do not have good bats right now. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Toglia is hitting well enough, so we'll have him hitting. Let's have him leading off. He's at least getting on base at a good clip. And then, honestly, Tover may not look like it based off the ratings, but they're performing better than anyone else. Then Duvall, Bryant. Let's move McMahon up. Then we have Jones, Brian Jones, Rogers. God, none of these guys can hit a damn baseball. Okay. I don't know. I think we have to give Harold Castro a shot. He's terrible at defense, but he's batting 300. He can play pretty much every position. First, second, third, short, and outfield. I mean, it's got to be first base with his ratings, right? So we're gonna sit Nolan Jones. He has almost 200 at bats, and he's hitting 217. He's regressing like a maniac. I think I will shop him at least. So our highest rated player is gonna go on the block. What are we looking for? We need a catcher for sure. We need first base, third. I'll just pick our weakest positions. All right. That's the only thing I'm thinking right now. So we'll shop Nolan Jones just because he is so drastically underperforming and regressing. I just feel like that's maybe our best opportunity, and we'll give Harold Castro a whirl. Defensively, he's god awful, but he's a 63 overall, hitting 300. So we will take that. We will take that. And then lefties. Man. Just don't really have a lot of hope right now, do we? In terms of batting. Hopefully they turn it around. But anyway, let's top into this game now that we adjusted the lineups. And then Luis Diaz, let's go ahead and swap him out for Romo. I mean, they're basically hitting the same. I don't know, 258. It's not bad. Okay. Skip. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, here at home versus the Phillies. Peter Lambert, fifth in our rotation. And maybe that's why. Starts off by giving up a rip down out into center field by Trey Turner.
Batting second, the second baseman.
I mean, that's a fastball middle.
Stopped.
Pretty much the same pitch. Luckily, this one is not hit particularly well. Easy fly out. And now the ever dangerous Bryce Harper.
0-2.
Okay. So a stolen base by Trey Turner. Or Trey, yeah. See if we can spin it to win it with a slider.
Ball. That's a ball.
It's an incredibly close pitch. How do you not swing at that? But we get him on the high fastball. Strikeout number 1 for Lambert on the day. And a really dangerous batter. No shot, we get him right. That was really close. 98 speed, man.
Here.
That's kind of crazy.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 2-1.
All right.
You got it.
Get to the first one. We give up a leadoff single. But other than that, not too bad. Let's hope that our bats can pick it up. We shook up the not the rotation. We shook up the lineup. You know, we're almost 2 months into the season, so we have a pretty good feel for who's hitting well and who's not. So we move some guys up and down, and we start off with a leadoff single,
Ball. Outside.
which is something that it took us innings to do against the Dodgers. We get a man on. And Tovar is sending this one out to the right field gap. It looks like our moves are already paying dividends. Tovar is going for a 3. No, he holds up at second. But that is an RBI double for Tovar, and we already have a lead. Whereas in the previous game, we were blanked by the LA Dodgers, giving these home fans something to cheer about. Of course, we're facing off against Tijuana Walker. Not quite as good as Walker Buehler, who we had to face in the Dodgers game.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, little chopper. I don't know if Duvall's got the legs for this. He does not. But it was a productive out. Duvall, basically a bunt, a swinging bunt, gets the runner to third. And now McMahon, big power bat, also hitting for average this year as well. Really good against righties. And he sends a rocket out in the center. That's going to be an RBI single. And the Rockies now up 2-0, getting an early lead, which is something we have not seen a lot of. Pitching has been excellent this year, shockingly enough, because that's usually the kryptonite of this team is pitching, right? Especially when you have to pitch in Colorado at elevation. But this year, outstanding. Now we just need our bats to match that effort. And so far, in this game, they have. Now we have a wild pitch. Runner should have no problem advancing to second, which McMahon does. And now Chris Bryant, 3-0 count with a man in scoring position.
Take your base, ball 4.
We take a low fastball. It's ball 4. And now we have 2 on with only 1 out. Offense is looking alive today. Tough call there from Blue. Harold Castro, I didn't realize it has 94 clutch rating. And that's a pretty clutch hit. Down the third base line. McMahon's coming home. And the runner gets to third. Harold Castro, from bench bat to hero, very late on that one, somehow doesn't go foul. And now we'll see what Brendan Rodgers can do. Takes a rip at the first pitch, a high fastball. Runners on the corners.
Ball.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. And it just keeps going. Brendan Rodgers sends a shot out into right field gap. That should score two. This is Brendan Rodgers has a stand-up double, 2 RBIs, and we are now up 5-0 in the first with only 1 out. And there goes the starting pitcher.
Number 56.
So we run the starting pitcher off the mound with 1 out in the first. Now we face Spencer Turnbull. What a name. Looks absolutely diabolical. 4-seam slider, sinker changeup. Ooh, a little chopper. That's not going to get anything done. Curveball, good timing. Just do not barrel it up.
That's the ball.
And now the sophomore, Drew Romo, we had to bring him up from Double-A to the majors last year with a long injury to Elias Diaz. Pretty good defensively behind the plate, but just really has no real hitting skills. Hitting below 200 this year and hit barely above 200 last year. That one almost caught. And that one is actually going to get through. They do send the runner home. The diving play at the plate, and he is out. Really aggressive play there. I don't mind it. We already have a sizable lead. The Colorado Rockies bats, maybe are they finally arrived this season? Has it taken 2 months for people to realize that in a game of baseball, the goal is to hit the ball?
No, that missed. That's a ball.
I guess time will tell. Will we continue to have the same amount of success in later innings? That's another thing. Maybe we get off to a hot start and then maybe can't hit anything the rest of the game. It's always a possibility. But, I mean, that's, I think, 3 pitches this inning and 2 outs. Looking really good for Lambert. Philly's being pretty aggressive at the plate. A lot of first pitch swings.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And we'll go back to that slider. And he takes it this time. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. And now we get our hot bats back up. And let's see what we can do here. Back at the top of the lineup. Not as much success this time. Toglia is going to fly out. Good hard inside fastball. We're just a little bit late on it.
Ball. 1-0.
So far, also flying out to center field. So maybe my prediction was right. Maybe we just had one blast of an inning and then maybe not much else. But, I mean, you can't really be expected to score every inning. And Duvall's under this one. So, you know, great first inning. The chances that we replicate that in back-to-back innings is very slim. But, you know, maybe at least another hit or something. That's all right. Still feel really good about where we're at in this game. Although maybe not as good now. That one's going to land. That's going to be a double. Not the worst located pitch I've ever seen.
Ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
But we'll see what we can do here against JT Realmuto.
That's a ball.
Yikes. Would love not to throw a changeup down the middle. Follow that up with a curveball, and that gets Realmuto swinging out of his shoes. Trey Turner, who started off this game with a hot single out into center. Back up at the plate. Lambert, not much of a control artist. We're missing a little bit. Missing a lot right there. Trying to work the inside of this plate. A little bit too far inside there. Let's go back to the curveball. It's been pretty good. And he gets another swing and miss there. So Lambert with another strikeout on the curveball. Is that the put-away pitch for this guy?
1-0. No, that's inside. Ball.
Cannot locate with that fastball right now.
Ball 4.
He spits on the slider, and that is a walk. Now 2 on. And Bryce Harper up. You got to be really careful.
1-1.
Please locate with a fastball. Please.
Ball, that's down.
Really don't want to load the bases, but also don't want Bryce Harper to hit a 3-run shot, and that's going to be a back-to-back walks for Lambert. He just cannot find the strike zone right now with his fastball. And we'll go back to that curveball. It's been the put-away pitch so far.
Oh, that's low. That's a ball.
I'll go back to it 3 times in a row. It's a little dribbler. Rogers is there. The throw to first is in time. And Lambert gets out of a big jam. That could have gone south very quickly. Got a little bit lucky there. We need our bats to come back live. We had a huge first inning. Silence in the second. And let's see what we can do here in the third. Phillies have already gone to a second starter. And McMahon with a monster shot to center. It is high, it is deep, and it is gone. I couldn't even see it. How far was that? 454 feet. The 7th home run of the year for McMahon. And there is the bats coming back a little bit. Okay. Okay. So we mix up the lineup a little bit, and we're finding some success. Love to see it. Maybe some guys getting a little nervous, realizing that and especially putting literally our best player on the trading block.
The first baseman, Harold Castro.
But if you can't hit a baseball, then you probably shouldn't be playing in the majors. And right now, I am willing to make aggressive changes to get someone in here who can hit. McMahon definitely seems to be a piece of the future. He was really good last year. He continues to be good this year. But finding those guys that can be consistent year over year is crucial for our long-term success. Now the Greasy Wonder, Brandon Marsh. I know that's not his real nickname, but let's be honest, we all know why I might refer to him as the Greasy Wonder. Gets hold of that one there.
You got it.
Now Nick Castellanos up. He gets hold of this one, but it's going to be a quick fly out as well. I think that's only 3 pitches and 2 outs so far in this inning for Lambert. A lot more successful than his last, where we left with bases loaded. Ooh, great slider there. Got Alec Bohm swinging out of his shoes.
No, ball. 1-2.
If you were standing on first, that might have been an out. It's so annoying that the game's just programmed to not even try to get the runner out at first, but
1-1.
so be it. Austin Hayes
Ball, that's down.
swinging through a slide piece.
Low, ball.
2 incredibly close curves.
Full count.
All right. So we get through another inning scoreless. Did give up a hit. But all in all, Lambert's looking really good. The bats have come alive.
The left fielder.
I just want to see it consistently.
Bader.
Ball outside.
Can we hit consistently? That's the key.
1-1.
Bader sends a chopper down the third base line,
Number 8.
and he is thrown out. Romo was 1 for 1.
Your ball's 1 strike.
Ooh, let's see if he can leg this one out. I don't think he will. He does not. So the sinker is kind of eating us up so far. Just 2 weakly hit ground balls.
No, that missed.
And now we'll see what Michael Toglia can do. Now in the leadoff position for us. And he crushes one! Out to right field. Ladies and gentlemen, pack your bags. All aboard. Next stop, Pound Town. Toglia with a rocket out into right. What a shot. Followed up with a first pitch swing from Tovar. And that is a lazy fly ball in the center. But that is our second homer of the game. Something that we have been looking for out of this team is being able to hit with power. We don't necessarily have the attributes for that yet. We're still working on that, finding those pieces that can, really turn a game around with a home run.
Hee-haw.
And coming from the top of our lineup is very encouraging. Run, Castro! Ooh, not quite. Let's see if we can spin it to win it on a little slide piece.
That's the ball, that's down.
JT takes. The curveball has been vicious today. Will it continue to be? Oh, Castro, there's those poor defense ratings coming into effect. It's going to be ruled a base hit and not an error.
Shortstop. Trey Turner.
But that is the one thing that was good about having Nolan Jones. But I'm not paying you millions of dollars to bat 200. I imagine we will get some trade offers for him. I'll be really curious what offers we get. But for the right deal, I'm willing to move him.
Bryson.
Obviously.
Stop.
Ball, that's up.
Maybe we just throw nothing but curveballs. Maybe we don't. Duvall, do you got the arm to make that home? No. All right. So Phillies finally get on the board. I'm not too worried about it right now. Still have a 6-run lead.
Ball, that's in.
Not giving a ton of hits. Also locating really well. Those are really close competitive pitches.
Ball.
That one not so much.
3-1. Count is full. Ball 4. Take your base.
All right, now we got to think about it. We're only in the 5th, and he's already almost out of energy. What is his... Oh, only 63 stamina. That explains it. That's all right. A double play ends it. Well, ends the inning.
That missed. That's the ball.
So let's see if we can work towards that. Strikeout does it just as well. Now here with no energy, we're going to keep him going.
0-1.
If he can complete the 5th, I think that does give him a win.
Nope, ball. 2-2.
Looks like the slider's going to do it. Tover's there. The throw is in time. And that's going to be it. Going to go to the bullpen. Looking ahead, got Castellanos, Bohm, and Hayes. Looks like sticking with the righty is going to be the way to go. So Luke Jackson is going to be coming in. Our bullpen is very weak. So it's a little concerning. Luckily, we do have a sizable lead, but again, I want to see this team swing the bat consistently. How are we late on that? All right. So they leave Turnbull in. He has no energy left. Obviously, still throwing some gas. McMahon 2 for 2 on the day with a home run. Can we make it 3 for 3? We might be able to! And that might be his second home run of the day! Off the top of the wall, so close. Are they going to send him to third? They will, and he is there! McMahon, on his way to hitting for the cycle, has a home run and the triple, which are the two hardest. I've never hit for the cycle in MLB The Show. That will be a watch item for sure. I have to remember next time he's at bat, what is he missing? Let's just take a quick look here. Box score, what do we got? McMahon, a triple, a home run. He's 3 for 3 though. So I guess that's a single. McMahon. 3 hits, 3 at-bats. Yep. So it's got to be a single, a triple, and a home run. A double, and he hits for the cycle. That would be exciting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever hit for the cycle before. The triple is just so rare. But in another inning or two, we may have a shot. Chris Bryant's going to line out, but that will score another one. It's so refreshing to get a good timing swing and actually have something come of it, even though that was an out. That one will not be. That one lands in some grass. And that's just like what we've been missing. even when we do time it up well, we hit drives. They've been lineouts. They've been flyouts. And that's going to be it. Now on to the Phillies' third pitcher of the game in only 5 innings. And Connor Brogdon. A circle change, a four-seamer, and a cutter to look for. And he's going to get us on the first pitch with a flyout. No! That actually lands! Now we're just maybe getting a little lucky. That one falls about half an inch inside the foul line. Is that one going to land? It's out in no man's land. The snag is made. So our luck runs out a little bit, but 11 hits and 8 runs. We've even seen, I think, close to 20 hits and, only like 5 runs. So it's good to see that we're getting hits. We're getting hits with runners on base. This is just a complete offensive game so far. And I'm about it.
Outside, that's a ball.
We'll continue to see how our bullpen does, though.
1 ball, 1 strike.
It can be a little worrisome because,
That's a ball.
well, as you can see there,
Balls, 1 strike.
not exactly a bunch of control artists in the bullpen. And they're all very poorly rated. We improved our starting rotation a lot, but our bullpen here in year 2 still suffering. And Nick Castellanos makes us pay with a solo shot out to center. This is where we have to, I think, worry a little bit, but not panic. Worry about everything, panic about nothing. It would be very hard for the Phillies to come back from 6 runs down, but it's not impossible. They have the lineup for it. And our bullpen sucks, so definitely something to pay attention to. But that should be out number 2, and it is. And I think maybe just chucking sliders is going to be the way to go.
No, that's down. Ball.
The fastball is not exactly pinpoint.
1-1.
We're still going to throw it, of course, but we're not going to rely on it.
Outside.
That one's so close. How about a curveball? He does go for it. So maybe we tunnel that back with a high fastball. Ooh, he's all over that one. Actually, a little early on it. Very early on a fastball. That means he should whiff on the slider. He doesn't, but he just sends a chopper. Tofar is there. The throw is in time. No damage done. Back to the bullpen, and now it looks like lefty's the way, so Lucas Gilbreth is going to be our next up. Let's also get... oh, goodness. Let's get Kinley up as well. We're actually in a weird place where we need more righties in our bullpen, maybe. We got Drew Romo, sophomore year here, backup catcher. Gets fooled hard on the circle change very early on that one. Certainly not I who was fooled.
The designated hitter, number 5.
Definitely not me that was fooled. Really late on a pitch way outside the zone. Hate to see it. But you want to see that. Michael Toglia going 3 for 4 on the day. Another single on his line.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ezekiel.
And we're closing in on another at-bat for McMahon, who has a chance to hit for the cycle.
Ball. 1-0.
He's in the 4-hole, I think. Yeah, he's our 4-hole hitter. So we may get to him this inning. Does depend on what Tofar is able to do.
Ball.
He starts out with a 2-0. Part of our success today has been a lot of Phillies pitchers throwing cookies right down the middle. Grand Admiral Shanahan, trade Rodgers to simulate acquiring international pool money and sign Roki to the Rockers. Silly? Okay.
Three balls, one strike.
A little early on that changeup. Now 3-1. And that should be a walk. It is. Pretty close pitch there.
Now batting, center fielder, Adam Duvall.
Let's see what Duvall can do. 0 for 3 on the day. Hasn't had a great season. But
1-0.
so far, yeah, I really like him so far. Grant, he's been really good so far. I mean, this is only year 2. Oh, that was the home run ball right there. We're just a little bit late on it. But yeah, he was pretty good year 1. His bat's getting better.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think he'll probably be part of the future for our rebuild here.
2-2.
Oh, is that going to get through? It does. Duvall with the line around the left. Should bring 1 home. It does. We extend our lead. So Duvall gets on the score line with a single. And here is McMahon 3 for 3. And a chance at hitting for the cycle. All we need is a double. A double would also probably clear the bases. High cutter. We're late on it. I feel like Brogdon has some sneaky velo. Ooh. Early? Just early. 1-2. Would hate to go down with a strikeout. At least let me go out with some contact. No. Where were we on that one? Just early, so he just whiffs that 37 vision, so that's tough. But we're still in the 6th. He should have another opportunity to get the cycle. Also, the chances of someone going 5 for 5, very slim. So not unexpected, but tough to go out on a strikeout after, starting the game 3 for 3. But this has by far been our most successful game at the plate. Oh my God, it bounces off the base. Caught and tagged. Okay. So we continue our success. This is something that we've really been needed to see from the team. We hit the ball actually for a really good average season 1. It's just our pitching was just not good. Now we have elite pitching, at least from our starters.
That's a ball.
But now we cannot hit the ball.
Ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
So our first game where we've really dominated a team. And it feels good. Couple home runs on the line. And if we could...
We got a full count.
Okay, Blue. Okay, Blue. But if we could put the icing on the cake with someone hitting for the cycle, I would be ecstatic. I've also never hit for the cycle in MLB The Show, so that would be a first for me. Gildebreth is trying to let the Phillies back in it. Some morning track power right there. There's Tofar. Does he have the arm?
He got
He does. What a throw. Deep into the shortstop position and still able to make that throw. That's like a 40-yard throw. That was one of the cool things about when the Raiders shared a stadium, and you would have the football field still set up, and you could actually see from third to first how far that actually was. Although Tovar is not going to be able to get to this one. Bryce Harper sends a rocket through the gap out into center. That's going to be a single on his line. Gildebrandt's still hanging in there. Another very hard hit ball from Kyle Schwarber. But this one ultimately caught. Again, just warning track power. Pretty lucky to get out of that one, honestly. I don't feel great about him being in. But let's get Suter up and get him scheduled in. We'll go back to another lefty, just a different one. All right, still facing Brogdon. He pitched pretty well against us last inning. We whiffed on a couple ones. Like that one right there. Good changeup early on it.
1-2.
I like this angle, this hitting angle. It's a lot easier to see like left to right break on pitches, but maybe not so much up down. I don't know. But we work a 2-2 count here. It's nice to see some of our struggling batters doing well, including Brendan Rodgers. Although a little chopper there, back to Brogdon. Fielded cleanly in the out at first. Harrison Bader, would love to see him get on the action, having an 0 for 3 day. Soft little liner to second. He's out. Probably an ill-advised swing on that one. Let's see what the backup catcher can do. It's also nice that he's a switch hitter. He hits one out there. Okay. So a liner out on the left gets him on. He's actually have a 2 for 4 day. After hitting below 200, it's nice to see him being able to connect some swings, get on base. And we're closing in on another attempt at McMahon with an opportunity to hit for the cycle. Only 3 more batters away. And finally hitting double digits on the score line. For the team as a whole, good to see. A little late on that one. There's out number 3. All right. I mean, we're not going to score every inning.
Your attention, please.
All right.
Now pitching for the Rockies.
So Brent Suter comes in, another lefty.
Suter
has virtually no velocity.
0-1.
But can actually dot up his pitches pretty well. And can field. Able to run that one down, reaches out and gloves it. And I will take a control artist over velocity any day. It's always really exciting. Like, even in real life, it's one thing to see someone throw, 102, 103. We've even seen up to like 104, 105 last year. But I think there's just something truly incredible about someone who can just really command his pitches. All right. Try and send a sinker to Bohm. Put him away. Pretty close one. This one gets popped up as well. Fastball in on the hands. We'll do that. We get through the 8th with a commanding lead, and now really the only thing that we have to be, I guess, concerned about is can we get McMahon?
Number 64, Andrew Bellotti.
Can we get McMahon a chance at history and hitting for the cycle? I know it's not super rare compared to other feats in baseball. You know, it happens a few times a year, but I don't think I've ever seen one in person or like while watching a game, and I've never done it in MLB The Show. So fingers crossed we're able to do it here. Starts with Ezekiel Tofar. Takes a high strike there, but 2-1 ahead in the count. And that's going to be another single on his line. So we mixed it up with the lineup, and it is working so well. And I am so relieved. I was really worried, you know, that we would put these guys at the bottom of the lineup who are hitting well, moving them up the lineup, and then all of a sudden they shit the bed. Luckily, not the case. They continue their success, and 10 runs on the day.
That's the ball. 2-1.
Come on, Duvall.
That's the ball.
All right. Maybe working another walk.
3-1.
I have a couple on the day.
Ball four.
And another one. Okay. And now here we go. Ryan McMahon, 3 for 4,
The second baseman,
and a double away from the cycle.
man.
Fingers crossed. That was a good one to swing at. But unfortunately, it is not in the cards today. Unless we just go on a monster tear, I don't think he's going to have another shot at it. Run, Bryant, run! He is able to leg that one out. That is an infield single. We take those. And now Harold Castro, 2 for 4, 2 on and 1 out. What can this young man do? He's been quite the surprise. Not a highly rated player, not good at defense, but can hit righties. And he is really effective at it. 94 clutch rating as well. Means that whenever there's a runner in scoring position, his contact goes up to 94, although he is bamboozled by that back foot slider. And unfortunately, grounds into a double play there. That one's going to end the inning.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 40, Tyler Kinley.
And now we just need Kinley to just throw strikes.
No, ball.
And get this game over with.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's going to start with a fly out from Austin Hayes. Duvall's under that, assuming that he's going to catch it. And he does.
Wood.
Great pitch there. Dotted up low and away with the slider.
Yeah. That's inside. Ball.
All right, back-to-back foul balls for JT Realmuto. Let's see if the sinker can put him away. It does. He goes down swinging. And Philly's last hopes are going to come down to Trey Turner. Started this game off with a big hit out in the center. Has been silenced since then and remains silent here. Rockies with probably our best win so far of this young rebuild. Here in year two, the bats have been struggling, but not today. Not today. Ryan McMahon, of course, wins player of the game. He goes 3 for 5, was a double shy of the cycle. Peter Lambert had a good win, went 5 full innings, allowing 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and only 1 earned run. All in all, pretty good day, and just really excited to see the bats actually come alive in a big way, scoring in all but 2 innings. You love to see it. All right, so we will simulate the rest of this month. Jonathan Daza is back. And now he's injured again. Jonathan Daza, I think this is like his 3rd or 4th injury, and it is a fractured forearm. So he is out 1 to 2 months. We'll put him on the 60-day. And we end the month of May on a little bit of a hot streak. We sweep Philadelphia and beat Boston in Game 1 8-0. Have our bats actually come alive to stay. All right, we do actually have some space to move up some players. We have 2 open roster spots. Where is is there not just like a list of injured players? There we go. So yeah, Jonathan Daza is going to be out for 2 months. Who can we look at to maybe come in and replace him? Could bring back Jake Cave. He played at the major league level last year. Is not doing great in AAA. But he is an option. Brendan Doyle can't hit the ball but plays good defense. None of our other... Zach Veen's an intriguing option. He is, a potential future star, but I really hate to stunt that growth by bringing up to the majors too early. I would like for him to stay in Double-A and get that valuable experience, although he is performing really well. Phil McGowan, he can hit the ball. He can't field for shit, but I think he's safe at AAA for now. I think Jake Cave is still on the 40-man. He is. And he is serviceable. So we will move up Jake Cave so at least have some sort of option in the outfield. Okay. So we'll keep it there. We still have a roster spot open. I don't see the need to bring anyone else up right now, so we'll stay with that. How are we doing with our rookies down here? Chase Dollander, pitching okay at Double-A. 3.7 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP is not bad. Andrew Painter, though, also not doing very well. But they're both very young. Still have time to develop them. right. And there we go. So June is when we do our minor league spotlight. So that will be next stream here. We end 32-26. So still a few games above the third place Diamondbacks. The Padres are falling and the Giants are terrible. But that is where we will end this one. We do need to change our lineups, though. But why? So Toglia will stay as our DH. Actually, yeah. Right now, he is our best hitter, along with Tofar, Duvall, McMahon, and Harold Castro. Man. Actually, really, he should be DH. So let's switch that, because he has no defense. So we will switch him. He'll be the DH. And 93 clutch. What do we do with that? I think we move him up into the 5 spot. Okay. Lefties. Still have Nolan Jones hitting versus lefties. And I'm okay with that for now. He's better. He's technically better versus lefties. So we'll see if that gets him going a little bit. Harrison Bader, though, really struggling this year. Yeah, we really don't have any like pure lefty mashers, so we'll leave it at that. Actually, Castro is improving versus lefty, so he's just hitting everyone well. I'm sure we can find a spot for him. I want to give Harrison Bader some more looks. But I don't know. If I'm willing to sit Nolan Jones, I should be willing to sit Harrison Bader, and I think that's what we're going to do. So Castro's going to come in, and he will be the DH. Nolan Jones will play right. Actually, he's going to play, because he can play first, right? Yeah. Nolan Jones at first, Toglia in right, Castro DHing, and we'll see how that goes. Jack Kelly says hi. Hi, Kelly. Or hi, Jack. Thank you so much for stopping by. Unfortunately, you did just join at the very end of the stream, just making some last-minute adjustments, and then checking on where we're at. I mean, our top 2 pitchers are absolutely disgusting. Marquez is starting to fall a little bit, but Mize is actually getting even better. So, all in all, bullpen's hanging in there. Our pitching is honestly pitching at an elite level. If we can just get our bats going, I think we are definitely going to be in the running for a wild card spot. But we will have to see. For now, that's going to be it for this stream. Had a really close game versus the really good Dodgers, and then we absolutely crushed the Phillies. Scouting's looking like we have some intriguing prospects. Next episode, like I said, we do minor league showcase, although there's not many, but we'll take a look at a couple minor leaguers and then play some games down here. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and I will see you guys in the next one.